Well, Lorna, it's so lovely to see you. Hi, how you doing?
I'm all right, Kieran. It's nice to be chatting to you.
Thanks so much. Now, the reason I asked Lorna to join me on this call is because Lorna, you have recently done the Alpha course. But just to get a bit of a feel for your story, um, kind of God, church, was that part of your life before Alpha at all?
Not really in a regular way. I was from quite a traditional family, so high days and holidays. Everyone got married in a church. Everyone was christened, that kind of thing. But weren't churchgoers, and I'd always sort of been a bit curious or interested, but never taken it any further, really, until
Right. Yeah, yeah,
this year or last year. It was last year. This year.
yeah. So what made the sort of change? To look at it a bit more.
Um, I'd always been fascinated by faith and people who had a strong faith. I really admired that and saw that as quite aspirational, but something that probably I felt was like beyond me. And I had heard about Alpha, seen adverts and people had spoken about it, and thought, oh, that sounds like it would be amazing, but I'd never been brave enough to, go and do it. And then one of our midwives at work, Lisa, who you know, had done Alpha and had come to follow Jesus and became a Christian. And she had been talking about that at work and sharing a bit of her testimony. And I'd said, oh, how fascinating Alpha, etc. And I said, but I feel like I'd want to do it with people I know. So it felt like a really safe space. And she said, well, let's just do our own Alpha then. And then along with lovely Rachel Marson, then that was it. The next thing, the new year came and we decided, they organised it along with you, obviously, and we did an Alpha course for people from our unit that we worked with. Yeah.
Yeah, and honestly, so much fun. I just loved doing it with you, Lorna, and the other ladies. There was probably about 11 of us on it, wasn't there?
Yeah, it was quite a big group. Yeah, there
Hmm.
was quite a few of us. Yeah.
Yeah, online, just great fun. I felt like an honorary midwife, if that's possible.
Definitely. I reckon you could give it a good stab now, Kieran. You've spent long enough with us as in.
Not sure about that, but anyway, back to the story. So you were one of a lovely group that we had on Alpha. So what actually happened as far as that search for faith in God and finding out about Jesus? What actually happened? Tell us,
Um,
tell us what happened.
well, I suppose I don't know if it's a good or bad thing that it seemed I was quite an easy sell in the end. I the first week watched the video, and I would say within about the first 2 minutes of the video, it had already answered or solved what I saw as the biggest obstacle to me being a Christian. And this light bulbs went off, and I thought, oh well, I don't know what's stopping me then. That's it. It's answered that question. Here we go. And
Wow.
then, yeah, genuinely, which I realise probably to some people might sound a bit, oh, really? Come on. But that is my truth. That's what happened for me. And then I just really, really loved the whole thing and felt like I threw myself into it and wanted to now, want to start reading the Bible. And yeah, that was it for me. Yeah, open my eyes, really.
Amazing. So I haven't had this conversation with you, so I'm like, wow, like week one. Amazing. um, and going on that journey. Um, and what difference would you say to done Alpha, finished Alpha? What difference would you say Jesus has made in your life since that moment you decided to follow
I
him?
would say, I don't know if I've said this to you before on the alphas, it might sound a bit odd. I feel like it's made no difference and it's made every difference all at the same time. And by that I mean that I had always, before Alpha, had this kind of real belief that things would always turn out the right way that they were meant to in the end. Even when I was facing really, really big, challenging life things, I always were like, but this is, I just know this is my destiny, or this is what's meant to be happening to me. This is here for a purpose. And so in that way, that is still how I feel. But now I see it through the lens of, yeah, you always felt like that, because I think God was just always with me. I just didn't realise till I came to Alpha that that's where that belief came from. I don't know if I've explained that properly, really.
I think you've explained it really well.
Yeah, does that make so? For me, in one way, nothing's changed about how I feel about that, but everything has, because there's this whole other great stuff that comes with it that helps my mindset, and definitely how I approach and look at other people, especially people who I may not feel I have a lot in common with, or we're coming from a different point of view. I view that completely differently, and I know I can feel within me that it's God making me feel differently. It's Him working inside me and through me, to have made that change in how I approach things. Yeah.
Amazing. Lorna, that is so great to hear your story. Thank you for sharing with us. And yeah, just loving that, hearing what God's done. And yeah, that's so good. So, Lorna, brilliant. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Kieran.
See you soon.
See you soon.